every day. So I do apologize for yesterday's message. I didn't realize that my GPS was going to be interrupting the things that I was saying. So I decided to come back on today. Plus, there was more that I wanted to add onto the message. So here I am. So what actually began, or what happened, was around Mother's Day, I started to feel the energy of the Iyami Aje around me. And just to speak on that a little bit, the energy that I felt around me from the mothers was there was like a restless energy, an energy of almost excitement, wanting us and wanting me to come on and to give a message. But I took a little while, because as you can see, we're a bit past Mother's Day. But I've just been sitting with it, sitting with the information, and thinking about things, starting to make plans for myself with the inspiration of the Iyami. Now, the word Iyami in the Yoruba tradition means mother, great mother, or our mother, okay, depending upon how it's interpreted. The word Aje has been translated into the word witch. Now, Odamade sent down the Iyami Aje to earth because they were supposed to be an integral part of administering justice, okay, here on earth. So the Iyami, think of them as ancestral mother spirits, okay? Now, in the Yoruba tradition, this is not something that you can initiate into. This is something that you are born into through birthright, through blood lineage, which you have a connection to the Iyami Aje. I started to feel their energy around me. I didn't know it in the beginning, but eventually, just like with Oshun, I didn't know that it was Oshun that I was channeling in the beginning of my spiritual journey. It took me a couple of years to figure out what deity, what was happening to me, okay? So the Iyami may be around you. And I'm going to say that if you are watching this video, if you were attracted to this message, then more than likely, I would say a 90 to 95% chance that you are a part of the Iyami Aje, okay? These are powerful women, and they are here to assist us. They are here to help guide us. One of the messages the Iyami was telling me on Mother's Day is that Mother's Day initially was not intended to be what it became, which is a commercialized holiday, okay? Originally, the woman who created Mother's Day wanted to imbue the spirit of not just celebrating your mother and getting flowers and, gifts, but also about women empowerment, okay? Her intention of doing this was to start a day where women would come together and heal, celebrate, okay, and empower each other. It was about reestablishing and reclaiming women's rightful position in society, because the divine order on this earth is out of order, okay? The divine order is Mother, Father, Son. That's the Holy Trinity. It has been bastardized and turned into Father, Son, Holy Spirit. They have done a terrible but good job. We'll get on the freeway with some damn traffic today, okay? They've done a good job of displacing the feminine goddess, divine feminine energy. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having trouble with my little phone holder. It wants to swivel around. It's doing a couple things here. So I'm trying to keep it from going too far. But they have displaced the energy of the divine feminine. And when you take things out of divine order, okay, nothing on this plane is going to function properly. We're not going to be in our best state of wholeness. We're not going to evolve properly. This is why the earth is the way that it is. Everybody's like, what's wrong with earth? What's wrong with the way that we're living? Well, it starts with the mind, okay? This day is the day of Mercury. And Hermes and Mercury are synchronistic deities. And Hermes have the 7 hermetic laws. And the first law, obviously the most important law, is that this universe is mental and all is mind. So if they can program you, if they can make you think that you're the weaker vessel, that you're less than men, that you were taken out of Adam's rib, which is not true, okay? That was Eve. The first woman was Lilith. They don't tell us about Lilith because they don't want you to know that you're the first lady, that you are empowered and you are equal. Lilith was created simultaneously with Adam. She was not taken from his rib. And many of us, including me, I am not a daughter of Eve. I'm sorry. I'm not a child of Eve. I am a child of Lilith. My ancestry goes back further. Eve was the first, what is the word that I'm looking for? Created being, okay? She is the first created being from someone, okay? So that part of it, but they take out the other part of the story and they mislead you into believing that Eve created original sin. She ate from the forbidden tree. All of those stories, they have changed the original meaning. The Bible, the original Bible, was written by women, written by the Sibyls, okay? And these stories and collections of knowledge and information was taken, usurped, and changed by the patriarch. They put their names on them. The same thing that the kings, the pharaohs in Africa did. A lot of those temples originally were created by queens, okay? Because queens were actually what they call the regnant. Look up regnant. When you have royalty, all queens right now don't have actual right to lead. You have to be what they call a regnant, okay? Which means that you have the power and authority to lead. I'll give you an example. Queen Elizabeth, who died on Oshun's feast day a couple years back, she was the regnant. She was the one who had the power. Her husband didn't have the power to lead. He was just sitting there. He was like what they call a consort. You hear queen consort. Consort don't have no power. They're just there. Okay, the man has the power if the queen is the consort. With Queen Elizabeth, she was the one who had the right to rule on the throne. So she was the regnant. She was the power. Now that in Eastern and European culture was obviously rare. But originally, the indigenous people, this was the natural order of things. It was the woman who had the power to rule, okay? And at some point, I'm gonna tell you, originally it was all women ruling. When men, because men were not originally a part of this earth. I'm giving y'all some gems today, y'all. Okay, the Iyami is giving me some things to give to y'all women because your minds has been fucked with. I remember my mother told me a long time ago, don't let these men play games with your mind. These men play games with our minds, ladies, okay? They have Jedi mind tricked us, fooled us into thinking that we are lesser, that we came second, and that we should be silent, seen and not heard, barefoot and pregnant and without power, and that is not true. They enacted basically civil war on the matriarch. What do you think these different witch hunts were? Okay, the Salem witch trials and all of those different things, all of that. They weren't hunting witches because they were evil. And no, they were hunting women of power. These women owned land. Okay, they were the people in the community who had the power. They were taking the power from these women. And this play hasn't changed. They use the same thing in war now. They say that somebody somewhere doing something evil, and really what they want is the resources from that place. They wanted the resources and the power that these women held and had rightfully. So we have to go back and reprogram our minds, and we have to take out things. I never forget one of my mentors, Moorish. He was into Moorish sciences very heavily. He told me education is not what you put into your mind, but what you take out. And at the time, I'm not going to say that I didn't understand, but I really do understand now, because on this path, there's so much stuff that we have to let go of. So many lies we've been told, okay? So many false narratives that we've been given, okay? That we have to break through all of these mythos to get to the truth, okay? So the Iyami wants us to stand in our power, but we can't do that without knowledge. Without knowledge, you have no power. Okay, saddened by the state, especially of melanated women. I'm going to specifically say my African American, my African women, and my Hispanic women. You are wasting so much time doing glamour spells and beauty spells and getting your butt done and BBLs and all of this plastic surgery. You're wasting your time, your money, your energy when you are supposed to be reclaiming your power as a divine feminine being. You're supposed to be reclaiming your spiritual power, your sovereignty. That's the work that we're supposed to be doing. The Iyami want to see us start to build communities, start to make alliances with other women and uplift and empower and heal and support each other. All this fuckery and this fakery with people, and I'm going to tell you, if you ever notice, you don't hear me ever talk about doing a sugar baby spell or a sugar daddy spell, or, you know what I'm saying? I don't do glamour magic. I don't waste my time on that shit, okay? If your aura is beautiful and you are luminous like you should be, you will naturally attract things to you. People will naturally see you as beautiful and luminous. These people that are doing these glamour spells, oh my God, if you could see what they were really like without all of this magic and all of this illusionary stuff, stop wasting your time on that shit, okay? For real, y'all. And I'm going to tell you, I know I said in the other video, within the next 10 years, I'm going to be transitioning out of doing work for people. And I have had to cut that a little bit shorter, okay? I am a 9-degree Sagittarius. Now, the 9th degree in astrology is the Sagittarius degree. It's the degree of the professor. It's the degree of wisdom through experience. So I am, by all means, meant to be a teacher who first learned through doing, because some people teach because they can't do it. I teach because I can, okay? But I'm gonna tell y'all something. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing a disservice to my people when I do help you guys, only because one day I'm not gonna be here for y'all. I'm gonna be dead one day. I'm gonna be God one day. I'm gonna retire one day, okay? I'm not always going to be here, and to depend on somebody else for what you need to be knowing to do for yourself is a disservice to you, okay? So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Within 5 years, I'm not going to be doing spiritual work for people anymore. I will tell you how to do the work. I will encourage you. I will sell you supplies, okay? I will give you readings. I'm going to transition out of doing so much work for people. I have been doing spiritual work for people at this point. This is my 12th year, starting in October. And this is not easy work. Carrying the burdens of other people's expectations. It's not easy work. I do this, and I say this wholeheartedly. I do this because I love y'all. I do this because I truly care. I want to see you win. If anybody knows anything about Sagittariuses as friends and as people, we are the type of people that will support you to the end. We're the type of people who will uplift you. We want to see you win. We will participate in you winning. And when you win, we will clap and celebrate with you. Okay? I do this truly. And I would not be able to do this long if I didn't have it in my heart. If it wasn't in my heart to do this. But it's also in my heart to see y'all win. And some of you are not doing your work. Some of you are not taking your metaphysical practices seriously. And some of you don't have a strong enough foundation in order to build your practices, and you're doing work and you're wondering why it's not doing anything, because you don't have the proper spiritual foundation and you don't have the proper knowledge. You're just repeating rituals and things that you see people do on the internet, and that in itself is not enough to build spiritual practice. And the Iyami wants you to know that, baby, you're gonna need to know some spiritual stuff. You're gonna need to have some spiritual power. You're gonna need to be able to pull a rabbit out your hat. Okay, because this next 5 to 10 years that we have to go through, we're coming through the last part of the age. Sorry, y'all. The age of the Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga is an age of purification. Okay, and after the age of purification, we come into the golden age. But some of us are not gonna make it into the golden age, baby. I told y'all this right before COVID happened. I didn't know that it was going to be COVID. But for those of you who have been following me for a while, about a year and a half before COVID hit, I never forget, I had a vision of a lot of things happening, and the spirit told me to start to do what I was calling the Ka ancestral Reiki, because if something was coming and people really needed to work on their healing and elevate themselves so that they could make it through it. I was calling it the Great Culling. I was like, it's going to be a lot of death. There was going to be a lot of death and a lot of destruction. And true to exactly what I said, COVID hit. And I would like for some of you who actually purchased that ritual from me, if you did purchase the Ka Ancestral Reiki ritual from me, please send me an email and let me know. Do you feel like it helped you stay here? Do you feel like it helped your family? Because I did that for family members, and From what I can see, everybody's still here and in good spirits, doing well. Okay, a lot of people didn't make it through COVID. Okay, so take this warning from the Iyami Aje very seriously, ladies. Okay, I want to look good too. I want to feel good. Don't get me wrong. I am Leo rising, so I was, honey, but the shallow. Okay, did not leave the house without my hair done. Did not leave the house without my face on. Did not leave the house without looking like I thought I needed to present myself. But honey, the universe and God had to show me. Okay, they had to show me the way. They had to show me the light. And I had to realize all the energy that I was putting on my exterior. I needed to work from the inside out. Yes, you can look beautiful. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get your hair done, your nails done, and being concerned about your appearance. You know what I'm saying? Because that is a reflection of you. But don't do that to the exclusion of your soul, your spirit. That is where we need to put the emphasis, ladies, black women. They got us trying to fix ourselves from the outside in, but we need to start from the inside out. Okay? So, again, for those of you who missed the message yesterday, look at this car around me, 333. So that's definitely confirmation from spirit. We know that 3 is dealing with divinity and creativity and fertility. The third card in the tarot is the Empress card, the energy of Venus, right? So that is definitely the Iyami. That was the card next to me. I had to put 3 on the plate. But yeah, definitely a confirmation from spirit. Okay, so I decided, well, I don't know if it was me or I guess I was inspired, should I say, to give you guys a break. I know the economy is not the best right now, but don't fall into that either, y'all. Okay, I know the economy ain't great, but just because the economy bad don't mean that your economy has to be bad. Okay, but I do understand that. I do understand the concerns for that, and the Iyami understand it as well as I do. So yesterday I actually gave 20% off for those of you who want to take my course that I'm going to be starting on June 27th. Okay, and it's a 6-month course, very in-depth magical spirituality course. So I'm giving 20% off to those of you who want to pay in 6 monthly installments off this price, or if you want to pay and pay in full, I'll give you 50% off. Okay, usually I do discount codes, but for this one, because it's 2 different things, I didn't do a discount code. I just went in and manually entered the 20 and 50% off, so you don't need a discount code. I'm going to keep this sale until this evening, well, midnight tonight, being that I know yesterday some of you probably didn't get a chance to hear everything that I was saying. I really encourage you guys to take this course. Again, I'm not going to be here forever. Within the next 5 years, I'm not going to be doing spiritual work for people anymore. Okay, of myself, and maybe I might take a VIP client here or there sporadically, but as far as just the way that I have been just dealing with taking a lot of clients over the past 12 years, that's one of the things that spirit has basically shown me, that it's time for me to evolve out of that type of work. I was meant to do it. I did it. I love it. But it's time to evolve out of that. So you guys, I'm here to prepare y'all for that. For those of you who rely on my spiritual support from you, I'm not going to be here long. Okay, I'm saying 5 years, but it could be next year. Okay, I'm just really moving with spirit, and so I'm actually getting ready to take some more classes. I'm going to get another Reiki attunement to do comedic Reiki. I do UC Reiki, which I do love, but I feel like it's time for me to elevate my healing abilities and to learn more. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be doing is taking some more courses. So that's something else that I want to expand to my Reiki. I feel like that is a really big area where we as melanated people really need to focus on Reiki, because we have a lot of trauma, a lot of generational stuff, a lot of soul stuff that we have to work on. And basic rituals and candle magic and spells and things and baths don't really address those type of issues. We have a lot of energy work that we need, a lot. Okay, so I want to go deeper in my study so I can do more for myself, for my bloodline, and for my community. All right, so again, if you're interested, you have until midnight tonight to purchase it. We're going to do 2 meetups. over the 6 months. I will let you know in enough time. So if you need to make arrangements to come to it, you're not required to come to the meetup. But for those of you who are interested in coming, I will give you guys notice and let you know where it'll be. And we'll be doing work. We'll be doing energy work and different things or whatever. I want to try to align at least one of the meetups with the solstice. So that'll probably be the first meetup. Will probably be the fall solstice. Will be the first meetup. To do some energy alignment work in real time. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. I love y'all. Enjoy your Wednesday. And remember, you are not a weaker vessel, baby. It's time to step into your power. It's time to reclaim your power because you're being called into service. You're being called maybe to do what I was doing, to help other people spiritually. Okay? But to whom much is required. I'm sorry, to whom much is given, much is required. I love y'all. Enjoy y'all Wednesday. Peace.